Hey guys.
What's up, guys? We're just doing a really short video to talk about how David Quinn and coaching staff was let go.
Except the goalie coaching staff.
Yep. Yesterday, like mid-afternoon or something. I mean, I was a little taken by surprise if you guys have followed our videos. I thought he was at least going to get a year. But like I said, with the general manager, with the GM and the CEO being fired, 90% of the time that means the new guys coming in already have a head coach in mind. So it was kind of a coin flip for David Quinn, honestly. So I thought maybe he would get at least a year under, considering how ridiculous the last season was with COVID and everything. But like I said, the new guys coming in, which has not been announced yet, Chris Jury is still the man in charge right now. But they obviously have somebody in mind. So it seems to be everyone keeps talking about three people. John Tortorella, Mike Babcock, and Elaine Vigneault, who was also let go this season. We already had two of those coaches.
I've heard Messier too. I don't think that's going to happen, but
yeah.
I've heard that thrown around in almost every conversation that I've listened to.
Messier's been thrown around. I think I heard Claude Julien, who was the Montreal coach this year, who got let go. I'm hoping that they don't bring in... everybody seems to be pushing for John Tortorella, and I don't understand why.
Gallant and Taché too, but
yeah, I didn't hear about the other two guys. But everyone, from what I've seen on social media, is pushing for John Tortorella. Because it's like he can give the new guys some discipline. He's a very defensively structured coach. He did take the Rangers to the playoffs a couple of times when he coached for us. This is back when Ryan Callahan was captain. He brought over, but then again, he started bringing over players from the 2004 Tampa Bay. When he brought Tampa Bay to a Stanley Cup, he was bringing over players from that team. Mm-hmm. At that point, the players were past their prime. Mm-hmm. He was bringing over like St. Louis. He brought over
Zuccarello?
No. He brought over another player from there. I forgot who it was who had played with St. Louis. Oh, Vinny Prospal. That's an old name. Remember that one, Vinny Prospal. But regardless, I feel like it's taking a step back. Bringing in a coach that used to do this already.
You also said that sometimes they don't get along with him.
Yeah, a lot of players didn't get along with Tortorella.
I find him very passionate and stuff like that, and a lot of people do, but yeah, you were saying that might not be the right fit for the Rangers, and that's a big, important thing. And you were saying he has a lot of experienced players that he's used to coaching, where this is a young team. I have heard it thrown around that maybe they would look for a college team coach, which I thought was implying, Knobs, but I have not heard a single person mention it otherwise. You said maybe he has it's a contract and he can't just leave a team.
That's what David Quinn was. David Quinn never coached professionally until he came to the New York Rangers. Mm-hmm. He coached for Boston University. I'm not sure what they're going to do. But another thing I want to bring up too, and now these players are going to have to learn a whole new system in the offseason. I'm just afraid John Tortorella will stifle the young guys coming up. Because I know he plays a very defensive, structured game. And I kind of want these guys like Lafayette and Kakko and Kravtsov. I want them to be able to just kind of do what they want on the ice and kind of build their own chemistry. Like I said, nothing is set in stone yet. This is just an update that he was fired. I just wanted to give our opinion on it because our camera's going to cut out in the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds or 3 minutes. But I just wanted to that's to free up some space on here. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit, but I think it was not maybe the greatest decision to get rid of him. I know a lot of people are so happy. But I posted a thing on a New York Ranger forum yesterday. I said, this is what you people wanted. I don't want to hear any fucking bitching going forward when all of a sudden the Rangers can't find their structure or find their game because they had to learn a whole new game plan here in the few months they have before the next season here. So I don't want to hear any complaint to anybody who was all about getting rid of Quinn and all this. Because if you think that this is just going to happen over the next couple months, you're probably very confused or you don't know that much about hockey. So these players are going to have to learn a whole new system here. They're going to have to get used to a whole new coach, assistant coach, and all that jazz. So, and half these players are still learning to play at the NHL level. Let alone being brought into a new system.
I think that's the thing, too. If they switch to a new coach, they might start getting rid of players. And they just had him locked in. They just went through the tree, and they kept everyone, and it seemed like it was a good fit, ready to move forward. It was a shorter season. It was a messed-up season, like you said, keeping David Quinn one more year and having them go. Now someone else is going to come in and totally switch up the players, possibly, when it was in line for something to be really good, I think. And now it's going to be totally messed around with.
Yeah, like I said, he should have had one more year. You could have put him on the chopping block after 1 year if he didn't make... Because for me, it was going to be like, if they don't make the postseason, all right, time for a coaching change. David Quinn only coached 3 years. That's it. I know short shelf life for NHL coaches is very short. I'd say between 5 and 7 maybe, or 8 tops. But I think he might have gotten the boot a little early. I know he wasn't a fan favorite. I know some of those players didn't get along with him. But when you look at it at the end of the day, it's about winning games. It's about bringing this team back to another Stanley Cup. So we'll have to see if this pays off in the long run. It'll be interesting moving forward in the offseason to see how they deal with it. They obviously have somebody in mind, or else they wouldn't have pulled the plug this early on David Quinn. So, like I said, new coaching... or new management coming in, usually they have somebody who they have in mind already. So, I mean, that's it for me, unless you want to add anything.
That's it. I just think it would be nice for it to be Knobs. I doubt that it is, because nobody is talking about that at all that I've seen. And Chris Drury played with him, so I know he knows him, so that's what I would think, but it doesn't look like it's on anyone's mind.
I think a lot of people are getting really confused about the Knobs thing. He came in, he won 4 games for us. I mean, he's not going to be a head coach.
But he was a coach to some of the players before, when they played school, they played with him or whatever, right? So he's familiar with them.
But if Knobs would have lost those games, he wouldn't even be being talked about right now.
So that's not a thing at all.
It is a thing, I just don't think it's a
realistic thing.
It's great that he won those games, and
I get that.
Everybody was on the David Quinn hating bandwagon already, so that kind of didn't look good for him anyway. But I just don't think Knobs is a realistic opportunity. Hey, if it happens, it happens.
No, I don't think it is, because no one's talking about it.
All right, but guys, we got to go. We'll be on later tonight for the New York Yankees game at 7.
Yes.
All right, guys. Peace.
Bye.